before you actually start changing the oil of the car, there's a couple things you're gonna need. The first thing you're gonna need is a oil funnel. The second thing you're gonna need is something to catch the oil after we empty it from the car. Usually they have stuff made for specifically for actually catching the oil, but I couldn't find mine, and you don't really need to have it. You can just use a bucket like I have here and it'll work. The third thing you're gonna need is a creeper or something to help you get in and out underneath the car. You don't specifically need it, it just helps, prevents you from scratching your back or something dumb like that. The last thing you're gonna need is a good set of tools. Now, specifically, you're gonna need a crescent wrench and a socket. This is gonna help you get out the bolt that's underneath the car that you actually need to undo to actually get the oil outside of the car. Today I'm going to be showing you how to save $200 to $300 a year by doing a simple 10-minute trick. Now, follow me. Today I'm going to be showing how to change your oil. Now, a cool thing about all cars when it comes to changing your oil, or all fluids in general, is that most of it is highlighted by a yellow tint on the caps. So like for this is actually where your oil is. This is going to be talked about later. This is engine coolant. This is washer fluid, and that's something else. Now, to where we're actually going to be putting in the oil is right here, and if you look on the cap, it's going to say 5W30. That is a recommendation for what type of oil you should use. Heed by it, basically. It's very useful. So the first step, obviously, about changing your oil is knowing when to change it. Usually around 2,000 to 2,500 miles is when you're going to probably want to check. And by checking, I mean grabbing this. And when you grab this, you're going to need a paper towel. And whatever color the oil is that rubs off onto the towel is going to tell you if you need to change your oil or not. So if it's dark, that means you need to change your oil. Black is usually pretty bad. That means you have needed to change your oil for a long time. Now, to actually change the oil, get that down in there. There you go. Actually, you need to change your oil. You're gonna want to get on this. You're gonna want to get on your creeper. And you're gonna want to get underneath the car. Now, now once you're underneath your car, the first thing you're gonna look for is your oil pan. Once you find your oil pan, you're gonna get your crescent wrench, and you're gonna attach it, and you're gonna unloosen it. Now, I'm not gonna unloosen it because I do not need to change the oil in my car. But once you unloosen it, the oil is gonna come out, and you should have your bucket right about here, so that, because it comes out pretty violently, and it's gonna come out and it's gonna enter the bucket. Now, once you're gonna have to give it some time so it can drip and come all out. But once you're done with that, you're gonna get out from underneath the car. Once your oil pan is done draining with all that old oil, you're going to want to come over here and you're going to find your oil filter. Now, mine is right here. However, in most cars, it's going to be under here, around in this area. And sometimes with the oil filters, you can remove them by hand, but with this specific car model, you're going to need to use a wrench. The same one you use down there, just with a different socket. Now, once you've got that taken off, you're going to need to replace it. I'm not going to take it off because, like I said, I do not need to change my oil. But once you've taken it off, you're going to want to get a new one. And usually it's about like $10. It's not expensive. And you're going to put that in there. And once you're done putting that in there, you're going to go back down underneath your car. And you're going to tighten the bolt back down on your oil pan. Now, once all of that is complete, you're going to get your oil funnel. And you're going to start to put in your new oil. I repeat, do not put oil in your car if the bottom of it is open. All that new oil is just going to spill right onto the ground, and that's the whole point of this is ruined. Now, once you get your oil, where you're going to put the oil is right here again, and like I said before, the recommended type of oil is going to be right there. Now, ours says 5W30. You're going to put your oil funnel in there, and you're going to get your new oil, and you're going to put it in there. Like I said, not changing my oil, not going to do that. So usually it's about 5 to 4 liters of oil that you got to put in your car. It depends on the model. This is a pretty big car, so we're probably going to go to 5 to 6. And after all you do all that, you're good to go. You're ready to drive. In conclusion, Today, I showed you how to save $200 to $300 a year by a simple 10-minute process. Simply changing your oil. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.